This is WKYT This Morning.
Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Michelle Chamberlain.
I'm Bill Bryant. Time to rise and shine. A busy day in the news already. Wednesday, May 25th.
Now it's 6. We're on the scene of breaking news in Madison County where a man is reportedly holding 3 people hostage.
We'll have the latest live from there. Also, protests outside a Donald Trump rally in New Mexico turned violent. Demonstrators clashed with police.
And making improvements for Fayette County students, what the superintendent is calling for.
A couple of sprinkles back toward our western half. You get off toward the 68 corridor and also 150. That's your best likelihood of seeing a few sprinkles in the air, but nothing really to write home about. We're at 62 degrees there in Lexington, 59 in Mount Sterling early this morning. By the afternoon, low 80s, couple of rumbles of thunder as we start off this summertime layout. I'm going to show you that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, and a lot of news to get to this morning.
We begin with WKYT breaking news alert. State police are on the scene of a hostage situation in Madison County.
They have been there for several hours now. It has been ongoing in Berea since about midnight this morning. The scene is on East Haiti Road near the Walmart there in southern Madison County. WKYT's Mark Barber is there live this morning with the breaking details and some new information. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. State police say their hostage negotiators are on the phone with the man who is holding 3 people hostage in a home here on East Haiti Road. They think that this man is holding his wife and 2 kids inside that house. They tell me that they are doing everything they can, giving him every chance they can to come out peacefully. Now, this standoff started around midnight when police say they received a call for possible trouble in the home here on East Haiti Road. They tell me that when they showed up, the man had barricaded himself inside the home. Now, here's what we've learned about the people who might be at the other end of that possible gun this morning. Police think that it is a man's wife, and they also think it's his teenager and then his child. So police say that they have had their investigators on the phone with this man. They're trying to talk him down, but they say so far nothing has changed. Out of an abundance of caution, police have closed East Haiti Road. They have also evacuated a number of homes surrounding this house because they do not know what's going to happen. There are a number of agencies here working to make sure that no one is hurt this morning. Berea Police, Richmond Police are here, and State Police's Special Response Unit, they are here as well, and they are the ones heading up the negotiations.
We are conducting a negotiation, trying to learn what's going on and hopefully lead to a peaceful resolve this morning.
State police tell me they do not know yet what might have started this standoff. At this time, again, they say they have their hostage negotiators on the line with the suspect. They're still hoping that no one will be hurt this morning. Stay with us here on WKYT throughout the morning as we continue to follow this this developing story. We'll continue to bring you live updates here on air and online at WKYT.com. Live in Madison County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, obviously trying to buy some time and hoping something gives there. Also breaking this morning, state police are at the scene of a deadly fire in Owsley County. That scene is on Highway 11, about 2 miles outside of Boonville. Now, we've just talked with the sheriff's office, confirming to us this morning that at least 1 person has died. And we're making phone calls to state police and to the coroner to try to learn more. If you have to go this morning, stay up to the minute with the WKYT News app.
Now to a developing story just into our newsroom. State police say a man has died after falling from a cell tower in Morgan County. Police say the victim is 19-year-old Tyler Comer of Charleston, West Virginia. He was working on a 100-foot cell tower on Hog Branch Road last night. State police say he lost his balance when he reached for some tools and fell to his death. The investigation is ongoing. Now, crews are searching homes in parts of Kansas this morning after severe storms caused a lot of damage. The National Weather Service is sending teams to survey the damage in 3 Kansas counties. Several tornadoes overturned vehicles and damaged homes, hitting Ford County especially hard. No deaths have been reported. Parts of the Great Plains are bracing for more severe weather today. Protests turned violent last night outside a Donald Trump rally in New Mexico. Demonstrators threw burning T-shirts, plastic bottles, and other items at police and knocked down barricades. Police fired pepper spray and smoke grenades into the crowd outside the Albuquerque Convention Center. Now, inside the convention center, Trump was interrupted repeatedly by protesters. New Mexico's primary is next month. Today, Fayette County School Superintendent Manny Kalk will lay out his plan for the district's future.
It's ambitious. He's putting 100 things on the district's to-do list. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is live this morning with some more details about the superintendent's plans. Good morning, Caitlin.
Good morning, Bill. You know, it's an exciting time for students. They're almost out for the summer, but Superintendent Manny Kalk says he's not going to let thousands of Lexington families down this summer, and that's why he'll continue to ask the school board to make investments that put students first. Now, Kalk will unveil his plan called Listening, Learning, and Leading to help move the Fayette County School District forward. The plan is the result of information gathered from 5 reviews conducted by independent auditors. Those findings were presented Monday night during the school board meeting. It included 6 recommendations that those auditors believe will make the school system more effective. Among their recommendations, reorganizing central office and redefining job responsibilities to help with school improvement. The audit also suggested that changes be made to make curriculum work for all students. One of the things that auditors noticed is that the different approaches in curriculum and instruction used in schools lead to inconsistencies in both teaching and learning. Now, these are just a few things the superintendent will address later this morning at central office. He'll also be at Bryan Station this evening at 6 p.m. to address parents, and parents will have the opportunity to ask questions. Live in Lexington, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
All right, Caitlin, thank you very much. We have learned that the man suspected in a Clark County murder was out on parole at the time. Winchester police charged Danny Tharp with murder. Last week, they say he cut Jeff Adams' throat and stole his wallet. Adams died a few days later. His family says Tharp was a family friend at one point. Court records show Tharp was convicted of robbing an elderly man back in 2009, and he was released on parole in 2013.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a theft suspect. The Sheriff's Office posted this surveillance picture on its Facebook page. Take a look. Do you recognize this guy? Deputies say he broke into several boats at the Frankfort Boat Club and even stole one of the boats. A man has died after his boat went over a dam on the Green River. Investigators say 42-year-old Ryan Harden and another man were on the boat when it suddenly stalled near the Rochester Dam in Butler County. But before the boat went over, both men jumped into the water. Harden did not make it to shore. The other man was not hurt.
A film crew is in Lexington this morning to shoot a movie. The movie, called Above Suspicion, is based on the story of FBI agent Mark Putnam, who admitted to killing a pregnant informant he'd had an affair with. The movie stars Game of Thrones actress Emilia Clarke. They were shooting around the Herald Leader building near the corner of Main and Midland yesterday. Other locations around Lexington are being scouted out and also considered.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Really nice start to the day. Most of us looking for mostly cloudy skies, but those temperatures in the 50s and 60s, actually a pretty nice start. As you walk out and about early this morning, Lexington coming in at 62 degrees. London, Corbin area, along with Jackson, we're in the 50s and 60s early this morning. And like I said, it's not a bad start. There are a couple of sprinkles as you work your way back towards 68 and also 150 back toward Taylor, Marion, and also Washington counties. But other than that, we're doing just fine, right? We get out and about, no rain, no major rain. A couple of sprinkles possible throughout the morning hours, but really it's the afternoon. A couple of rumbles are possible with about a 20 to about 40% chance of rain depending on where you live. I'd say the farther southeast you are, the better likelihood of staying dry. As opposed to back toward the west, where we have the little better opportunity to see some of these rumbles of thunder slide on in. 85 degrees. Now, yesterday's temperatures were there in the lower 80s, but our moisture wasn't really very high, so it really didn't feel that bad yesterday in the lower 80s. Now it's the mid 80s, which that isn't a big difference from lower 80s, but now we're throwing in a little bit moisture. Yeah, you'll feel the humidity later on this afternoon, but the next several days, it will really crank up. Muggy meter, let's talk about it. Yesterday, it was in between humid and pleasant, right? Then we hit Wednesday. Now it's jumping up above humid, and now we're getting to Thursday and Friday. Now you're talking about above oppressive. We're not in tropical just yet on those days. There is that possibility that we actually feel that tropical air mass, which typically you get those dew points right around 70 degrees. I don't see us actually reaching that, but it's in the, I mean, we're talking about it, right? So it's going to be very, very sticky, very humid as we get off towards your weekend, which, you know what, I don't think many people are upset about that. We're at 85 degrees there on Saturday, Sunday coming in at 87 degrees, and you will have the mugginess with us out at the lakes, out at the pools, the rivers, but also small chances of rain. That's something we can't rule out the next several days. I was talking about it earlier. Our 7-day forecast has mid-80s all the way through it. The last time we had 80-plus degrees for 7 days straight was actually September of last year.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while. So here comes the summertime layout that we're going to be experiencing for a long time.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I like that muggy meter, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is cool. Thanks, Micah. Each morning we bring you weather and traffic together. Here's Officer Don with a look at what's happening on the roads this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Some debris on the roadway. This is inbound Alumni just past Tate's Creek. It shouldn't be a big problem getting past it, or just be aware it's there if you head out in the next few minutes. Let's get a look outside and we'll show you what's happening around the city as far as traffic flow goes this morning with no wrecks in the way. Pretty much normal on the circle and the interstate. 75 looks pretty good across Clays Ferry Bridge. Coming in on 64 from Clark County, no trouble there. As far as our drive times go, from Nicholasville, holding our own, about normal stuff, 12 minutes or so at the moment. Inbound Georgetown, about 16 minutes, and from Paris will take 19. Of course, we'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. Now back to the studio.
Okay, should be a good ride-in for folks. Get things done here on this Wednesday. A lot of people, I think, I have a sneaking suspicion they'll try to get the weekend started early.
Yeah, your mind's in a different place on holiday weekends, and kids are getting out of school tomorrow.
I think everybody's kind of got
that time of year.
A little bit of a relaxed feel right now. Hey, it's good to have you along. A lot more WKYT this morning is on the way with all the latest news.
The unofficial start of summer is almost here, and that means many people are becoming concerned about the Zika virus. What the CDC is suggesting in 6 minutes.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT This Morning.
Welcome back to WKYT This Morning. Thanks so much for joining us. The time is 6:15.
Beautiful start to the day out there.
It is.
All right, let's make it a good one.
So fresh off a win in Washington's GOP primary, Donald Trump is turning his attention to delegate-rich California.
Last night, violent protests erupted outside a Trump rally in Albuquerque, New Mexico, a state that holds its primary next month. Trump's likely Democratic opponent, Hillary Clinton, sharpened her attacks against Trump Tuesday, while rival Bernie Sanders called for a recount in Kentucky's primary. That's a recanvass, and that is to be held tomorrow, a recanvass in Kentucky tomorrow. Clinton won last week's primary by less than 2,000 votes. The recanvass involves reviewing the election results. Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes says this will be her 8th recanvass since taking office. She says none of the previous ones changed the results of any election.
At the end of the day, it's about ensuring the integrity of our process, and this gives not only the candidates but the electorate confidence in the results that the State Board of Elections will certify at the end of this month.
County boards of elections around the state will meet at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning and recanvass the voting results in all 120 counties. If the vote holds, Clinton will gain 28 of Kentucky's delegates, and Sanders would pick up 27.
President Obama is wrapping up his historic visit to Vietnam today with a town hall style event with young people in Ho Chi Minh. The talk capped Obama's 3-day visit, during which he also ended a 5-decades-old ban on the sale of arms to Vietnam and announced the start of a Peace Corps operation in the country.
No trial date has been set, and lawyers are expected to spend months arguing over what evidence can be used at Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial. At the 78-year-old's preliminary hearing, the defense objected to the absence of Cosby's accuser. Andrea Constand alleges that Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted her back in 2004. Cosby insists that the sexual contact was consensual. Dozens of other women also claim they are Cosby's victims.
Temperatures are heating up, and so are concerns about Zika. The mosquito-borne virus has not been locally transmitted in the United States, but southern states, including Texas and Florida, are considered high risk.
It's inevitable that there will be cases of Zika eventually.
Now, to protect from mosquitoes, the CDC says choose an insect repellent with DEET or oil of lemon eucalyptus. If using sunscreen, apply repellent afterwards. Wear long sleeves and pants, and clear standing water where insects thrive. Now, pregnant women are at higher risk because the virus can cause birth defects. So far, there have been more than 500 travel-related Zika cases in the U.S.
Time this morning is rolling towards 6:18 here on WKYT. Netflix says starting in September, it will hold the exclusive U.S. rights for new films from Disney. The deal includes films from Disney's subsidiaries Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Pixar. The deal marks the first time a major studio has cut out a cable service in favor of direct online streaming for post-release pay distribution. Toyota is investing in Uber. The Japanese automaker year will let Uber drivers lease Toyota cars with money they make from rides. It's unclear how much money Toyota will invest. Earlier this year, General Motors invested $500 million in Uber rival Lyft. Well, a new survey finds that many millennials appear to be in no hurry to move out of the home where they grew up. According to census data compiled by the Pew Research Center, nearly 1/3 of people ages 18 to 34 live with their parents because of soaring rents and heavy student loan debt. It's the first time that living at home has outpaced living with a spouse for this age group since record keeping began in 1880. Well, why should babies have all the fun, huh? A Chicago stroller company built an adult-sized stroller. It's a replica of Contour's best-selling model. Parents can try it out before buying it. Go for a little fun spin there. Contour's is planning to bring the stroller around the country.
Oh, goodness.
Get a chance to see it.
Moms across the world are loving this.
Right.
Oh, my.
Get pushed around a little bit, right?
I could use one of those.
Yeah.
WKYT This Morning is just getting started. A one-of-a-kind plane on a round-the-world trip has just taken off. Where it's headed next in 6 minutes.
Starting today, we are now in a pattern where we're going to have that daily threat at rain chances and also that muggy air streaming on in here. I'm going to show you all that. I'm going to show you which days I expect will be with the most likely chance of some rain. Coming up next.
Good morning. It's good to have you with us on WKYT. Our time is 6:23 and a busy Wednesday morning.
Yes, it is. In a scary situation, 2 children and an adult woman are being held hostage in a Madison County house.
That's what's trending at this hour. We're on top of the story. State police say the hostage situation started around midnight this morning in Berea on East Haiti Road. Police say surrounding homes have now been evacuated and the road is closed. That's new information out of Madison County this morning.
State police are on the scene of a deadly fire in Owsley County. The scene is on Highway 11, about 2 miles outside of Boonville. We're making phone calls to state police and the coroner to try and learn more.
And a summery feel starts to move our way as we head toward the holiday weekend. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris.
And it kicks off today, too, and that drives all the way, like you were talking about, through our holiday weekend and into next week as well. I mean, we have multiple days of mid-80s. Daily threats at rain, but none of these are widespread. You're talking 20 to 40% chances of rain. And we already see a couple of sprinkles back toward the west. Good looking start, though, for most locations. Mixture of sun and clouds as you're stepping out the door. One thing you will not see today, you won't see those bright blue skies, clear skies for most locations. You're just not going to see that. We'll start to see some clouds filter on in with that moisture. And that moisture is already playing a role in our forecast. So we have the clouds overhead, a little bit more moisture, and that keeps our temperatures there in the 50s and 60s early this morning. Once we hit the afternoon, guys, we're looking at 85 degrees with those couple of rumbles. Today is a 40% chance of rain. So once you get under those, it is pretty heavy rain. But other than that, I mean, we're talking about mostly dry conditions, tracking steam and storms all the way throughout your weekend. But what does your weekend forecast look like? Is it more like 20% chance of rain, or are we talking more like 40 to 50? I'm going to go over that in just about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see in just a little bit. I would want sunny skies.
Yeah, let's hope for 20%,
yeah,
right?
If I were on board this, a solar-powered plane, it's on a round-the-world flight, and it left Dayton International's airport this morning.
Today's trip was delayed after the plane clipped a hangar a few days ago. The Swiss-made Solar Impulse 2 began its voyage in March in Abu Dhabi. It made stops in China and Japan. In the United States, it has stopped in Hawaii, San Francisco, Phoenix, and Tulsa. It will eventually stop in New York before making its way to Europe.
Interesting that they took off before daybreak.
It is.
Right.
During President Obama's final day in Vietnam, we told you he talked to a group of young people at a town hall style event.
And at that event, he was treated to a performance by a local female rapper.
Do you need like a little beat?
Yes, I do.
No, go ahead.
The local artist asked the president if she should rap in English or in Vietnamese, and Obama said Vietnamese, of course.
Một mình nhà lầu trình in giàu sang như vua chúa, giật mình sự tình thiệt ra đen đúa, mà đời vậy là hay, it's been a crazy day, khi mà ta nhắm hai đôi mắt xuống mái chèo trời với mây.
That was awesome.
Everybody seemed to enjoy it. She says her lyrics are about breaking down stereotypes of Vietnamese women.
I do wish we knew what she said.
Well, right. We'll go look up the English version, right?
Okay, let me know what she said.
6:26 on WKYT this morning. Good to have you with us. Busy morning. We're on top of some breaking stories this morning, including this ongoing situation involving a hostage scene in southern Madison County.
When WKYT This Morning returns, an historic Lexington building is about to get a very modern update. The plan for the old Fayette County Courthouse coming up at 6:30.
All of our top stories are on the way, and tonight's Powerball jackpot, $80 million. Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $218 million. Stay with WKYT This Morning.